Okay, excuse my voice. I was sick a couple days ago, so sorry if I sound a little froggy. But today we're gonna do rag and bone. I got together a bunch of the styles. We're also gonna talk about the Miramars, which I have on the end. I know that lots of people have questions about those. So here at the front, I've got some of the straight legs. This one is called Cam. It used to be called Sage. This is a low-rise, kind of baggy straight leg. This one still says Sage on it, but they've updated this style and now it's called Cam, C-A-M. So that's a low-rise straight leg, and so is this one. This is the Dre. And this one, the Dre, is more tapered towards the bottom. They call this one a relaxed straight. They call this one a boyfriend jean. But this one does taper at the bottom. It comes cuffed. You can uncuff it and get a couple extra inches of length. That's another low-rise straight leg. This is the Harlow. This one has rhinestones on it. This is a mid-rise straight leg. It does taper slightly at the bottom, not quite as much as the Dre. And then this is the Shea. The Shea is a high-rise straight leg. This one has like this cutout kind of lace detail on the sides, very pretty. But of course it comes in regular plain jeans as well. And then the last one I have is the Wren. This one is a high-rise, kind of slimmer than the Shea. And it's shorter as well. Then in the wide legs, this is the Andy. The Andy is high rise and it's sort of an ankle length. It's shorter than a lot of the others. This is the Logan. This one's longer and it's a mid-rise. So lower rise but longer leg. The Phoebe has a drawstring. This is a mid-rise wide leg. This one has the scalloped detail along the side. We also got this in like bright red without the scallops. But there's a million colors. This is just one I pulled. And then one last wide leg is the Sophie. This is a high-rise wide leg. Next I have one barrel, the Stevie. This one has a dart in the knee and a dart on the outside, kind of a thigh, for a little bit of shaping. That's a mid-rise. And then I have one flare, the Peyton. This is a mid-rise flare. And before I get into the Miramars, I want to talk about some of the fabrics that Rag & Bone uses, because they, besides Miramar, which is something different and we are going to get to it, they have different types of material among their regular jeans. So on the labels that come when your jeans are new, they have like names here for some of the different, I want to say formulations, but the different kinds of fabric they use. So the first one they say is rigid. That's what this one is. So this one says rigid, non-stretch denim that breaks in over time. Now this Sage is really lightweight. I don't think all the rigid denim is as light as this, but they have a different denomination called featherweight, which is this one. This one's featherweight. It's really, really light. Let me show you what it looks like in my hand, how lightweight and thin it is. If we compare that to this one, it is softer. You can't feel it, of course, through the camera, but it is softer than this one. So what do they say about featherweight? Let me see. Lightweight drapey denim. So it's really soft. Vintage stretch. What do we have that's vintage stretch? I'm sure we have one. Oh, here's another rigid one. Okay, so you see, rigid doesn't necessarily mean that they're all equally lightweight. This one's definitely heavier than this one. This one is vintage stretch. So this one, then they have flexi. I know this one is flexi. Flexi is more stretchy. It's very powerful stretch. It's like denim that shapes and smooths. So it's very like sculpting denim. There is one more denomination, Epic. We don't have any of that at my store. I don't think we ever have. I don't know if Nordstrom carries anything in the Epic material. It's supposedly, I guess, even more stretchy than that. I don't know what it means. I've never seen one though, so, but it exists. So now let's go on to the Miramars. You know, whenever I think of the Miramars, I think of this customer I had, because customers come in all the time and ask about these because they've seen them on the internet. And one time I had a customer, she asked me where they were, and I took her over to the Miramars, and I was like, you know, are you looking for something specific? And she was like, well, you know, my son fell in love with an influencer. And I was like, oh, okay. And I thought she was gonna say that like this woman her son was dating like made a viral video about them or something. And then she was like, well, my son fell in love with an influencer, and she's 23 or however old she was, and my son is 50, and he just texted me that he got a facelift. And I was like, oh, okay. And she showed me pictures, and like it had nothing to do with the Miramars in the end. So she just wanted to browse them because she was recovering from her son's midlife crisis. But that's what I always think of with the Miramars. So this is the kind of standard Miramar style. So the Miramars are sweatpants. You can't tell because it's so convincing. It looks real, right? But this is painted on. The button is not real. The belt loops are not real. Some of the seams are real. The side seam is real, and it has pockets in the side seam. But all of this is fake. This seam is real, and there's stitching along the waistband where the elastic is, but it's an elastic waist. So this Miramar style, now this one has the side stripe, the track pant stripe down the side. There are also plain ones. This Miramar style doesn't have a name. It's just like the basic Miramars they're pull-on sweatpants. So again, you can't tell, but on the inside it's sweatpants. So there are other kinds of Miramars though as well. So this one is the jogger style, which has the elasticated hem as well. Again, all this is fake, but it does have real pockets there. This is a drawstring style. Now this one actually has real belt loops, but I don't think it's the Phoebe. Let me compare it to the Phoebe, because that's the thing. They make the regular Miramars, and then they make Miramar versions of some of their styles. This is the Phoebe, so maybe it is the Phoebe. It doesn't say on the tag, but these ones over here are Miramar versions of some of the styles. This is the Miramar Andy. So we saw the Andy over here, and I'll put them next to each other. So we have this is a featherweight Andy, and then this is the Miramar Andy. So when they make a Miramar version of one of their styles, it does have real belt loops, jean pockets, and a real fly, because it's the same pattern that they make their regular jeans from. So it's not denim, it's still sweatpants on the inside. I mean, it's sweatpants on the outside, but like, I'm just showing you so that you know it's sweatpants because you can't feel it. But the fifth pocket is painted on. The back pockets are painted on. And a lot of people like the Miramars for traveling, for wearing on planes, and you know, just to own like a work of art. It's funny. It's a conversation piece. This is the Shea. So that's what this one was. So that's a Miramar version of the Shea. it's harder to make the comparison because these ones are white, but you know, it's cut to the same pattern. And then lastly, I have the Sophie. So that was the black one. They're completely different sizes, but you get the idea. And then the last thing I wanted to show you was this one. This last one is a material called Miramar Slink. This is a video where it's really a shame that you can't feel this stuff through the camera, but this material is like really silky and soft. I'm gonna try to show you visually what it feels like compared to the other one. Like this is the regular Miramar, which is sweatpants material. So just like imagine what sweatpants feel like. This is the Miramar Slink. It's really, really light and thin and silky. That's what the back looks like. It doesn't have the same nap as the regular Miramar sweats material. So this particular style is the same. It has the pull-on waistband, it has the side pockets, but it's made in this very special material. What do they call it? This soft fluid fabric. That doesn't really say anything. But basically it's kind of like, I guess, the Miramar version of the featherweight denim.